What do you think of the hubbub, Don, over NPR's alleged, liberal bias, the NPR flap? That was the big story last week. What do you think about that?
I think there's always room for improvement, and it's unfortunate I don't listen to NPR as much as I'm sure many people do. I don't get to listen to it, but yes, it does have a liberal bend. But I think a lot of media companies need to do some self-examination about what's happening inside the company. DEI is, look, there's some great things about DEI, but it's not all, roses. And I think we need to take a look at it, and we need to sort of do some rejiggering, because it's gone too far. It's become a religion. Right. And if you don't abide by the religion,
exactly,
then you get kicked out of the church.
NPR should return the 1% of funding they get from the government so they can just be naked and unafraid about their bias, like the rest of media. When you take money from the public, you have a responsibility, as Harvard does, which is 98% Democrat versus 2% Republican, to have some semblance of a balanced scorecard. I don't think it's worth it for them to take any money from the government. They can just have the bias they want.
But see, what you just said, which I think is absolutely true and completely reasonable, and I think normies would not have a problem with that. That is that kind of thing. If you said that on NPR, they'd fire you.
I like DEI. But when it becomes a religion, it can be used as a cudgel.
They take everything too far.
Yeah.
It started fine. 60 years ago, there were 12 blacks at Princeton, Yale, and Harvard combined. Right. 51% of this year's freshman class at Harvard is non-white. That's a tremendous victory. The question is, where do we move from here? And the bottom line is, affirmative action is wonderful, but it shouldn't be based on visible characteristics. That causes more trouble than it solves right now. It's not needed. What we need is affirmative action. What we need is
burn him, heretic, monster.
What we need is affirmative action based on color, called green. Right. Poor kids deserve more help.
Right.
You would rather. This is a sign of victory in our nation. You would rather be born gay or non-white than poor. So let's help the poor kids out. Letting in the Indian daughter of a private equity billionaire isn't diversity.
Right.